Hey guys, welcome back. This video is a little bit different. I haven't seen a whole lot of videos on YouTube with this kind of idea. I wanted to challenge myself and I wanted to do a full face for under $20. I know a lot of videos on YouTube right now are using very high-end products, you know, NARS and MAC and Dior and Estee Lauder. I know they're, you know, the majority of the videos use very high-end products with the odd inexpensive product mixed in here and there. But I really wanted to challenge myself and I wanted to do a full-faced makeup look for you guys for under $20. For those of you that, you know, don't have a lot of money or are single parents, or, you know, makeup can be really expensive and it's not like we need only one thing to do our entire face. Like, we need multiple different things, you know, from foundations to powders to blush to eyes to lips to everything. And it really adds up. It can get so expensive. And not everybody can afford it, like I said, and me being one of those people. I cannot afford those super high-end products as much as I would love to be able to use them. I can't. I mean, I have the odd one, but that's just it, the odd one. And I promise you, this look that I have on right now was done with under $20, from foundation to setting powder to bronzer, highlighter, blush, eyes, eyebrows, lips, everything under $20. I will leave a full list of all of the products that I used in the description bar below, as well as prices of everything that I used and where you can purchase these items, just in case you guys are curious or you want to try and do this yourself. It was really fun. I had a really good time with this challenge, you know, challenging myself. I had a really good time doing it. So if you guys like this look that I got for under $20, then, and you want to learn how to recreate it, then just keep on watching and I will get to it after I'm done rambling. Also, if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And I think that's all. I didn't really have anything else to say. I just want to let you guys know that this is done with under $20. So again, if you want to see how to do it, then just keep on watching. So until next time, everybody, I will see you on my next video. Take care, everyone, and bye-bye. As always, I always start with a primer, and everybody should start with a primer. It just increases the longevity of your makeup. It makes it look better, it makes it last longer, and all around it's a good thing to have. So I'm just starting with the e.l.f. Mineral Face Primer. I think this was $4. It was either $4 or $8. So I'm just going to put that all over where my pores are a little bit larger. It is a silicone base. So if you don't like the silicone feeling, then this may not be one for you. I, however, have larger pores, so I do like the silicone base. I find it just helps to fill in the pores and decreases the visibility of my pores and fine lines. So now that I've gone ahead and primed everything, I'm going to do my foundation first, and I'm just using the LA Colors Liquid Makeup. It just looks like that, and believe it or not, LA Colors is a really good line. It's very inexpensive. I got this from the Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to use my brush here by Beige Cosmetics, and I'm just going to buff that all in, and so far it's actually a pretty decent foundation. I mean, it's not heavy. It's maybe a light to medium coverage. It's not cakey. It's not streaky. It's blending in quite nicely. It doesn't have a fragrance. Maybe a tiny little bit, but it's not anything offensive. Like, it's a very faint fragrance. which is good because I'm very sensitive to fragrance on my skin, or on my face rather. Now the color is pretty good. It matches pretty good. The coverage is not bad actually. It's a light, again, like I said, a light to medium coverage. I did have a couple little spots here and they're pretty much gone. I mean, you can still kind of see that they're there, but I actually really like this foundation. This is the Maybelline Master Conceal. You don't need it if you don't have, you know, dark underneath your eyes or any spots that you want to cover up, then you don't really need it, but I just like it because it helps to brighten a little bit and it covers up a couple little spots. So I'm just going to put that right underneath my eyes just to brighten that up a little bit down my nose, and just around the sides of my mouth and the corners of my nostril. You guys, I am loving this foundation. Like, this is insane how nice it looks on the skin. Like, it looks like I don't have any, it looks like my skin, but better. So again, I'm just using my foundation brush, and I'm just gonna buff that all in. Now, if you're going to be wearing shadow, you should, in actuality, use a primer on your lid. It just also, same as with your face, it increases the longevity of the product. It makes the colors a little more vibrant. But if you don't have a primer, use your concealer. Your concealer does exactly the same thing as an eye shadow primer. Just to set all of the liquid that I've just done, I'm just going to use my Wet n Wild Coverall pressed powder. I'm also putting a tiny little bit just on my eyelids to set the concealer that I put up there so that my shadows don't end up blotchy. Now, just to put a little bit of warmth back into my skin, I'm using this Trio by Hard Candy, and this is really great because instead of having to buy 3 different products to get your bronzer or contour shade, highlight, and a blush, you get all 3 in the one palette. And this, I think, was $5.99 when I picked it up at Walmart. So I'm going to go into this brown, this bronzing shade here. And I'm just going to put that just on the hollows of my cheek, do a slight little bit of a contour, and warm up my skin just a tiny little bit. Please don't mind the hair. It is out of control today. So now that I'm all kind of bronzed up and warmed up and not looking so ghostly, I'm going to go in that same palette and I'm going to take this pink, this blusher here. Now it looks a little bit intense. It is quite dark and quite pigmented, but use very light hand and it is absolutely gorgeous. And even with these 3 shades in here, you can use just the blush as your blush and your highlight because it does have a little bit of a sheen to it. And then I'm going to go into the highlight, and this is a beautiful highlight. It's kind of got a bit of a pinkish tinge to it. It's not pink, but it's kind of like an opal sort of finish. So that's just going to go right on the top of the cheekbone, just above where I put the blush and the bronzer. And I'm going to bring it around, kind of in a C just above my eyebrow, just to connect everything together where the sun would naturally hit. and then a little bit on the bridge of the nose, on the tip of the nose, and then just a little bit right on my Cupid's bow. So now that the face is done, I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows, and then I'll come right back. It's just like I said in my last video, my eyebrows are a process. So I'm back, and my eyebrows are now on. I just used my Essence eyebrow pencil, and this is in 02 Brown. Now, these pencils are amazing, and I'm gonna start with the lightest one, and I'm gonna use this color here, this bone color, and I'm just gonna wash that all over my eye from lash line to brow. Now I'm actually going to go back into my Hard Candy Trio, and I'm going to take the bronzer color there, and I'm just going to put that into my crease to act as my transition shade. So I'm just going to give that a light wash right through my crease area. Now, if you're like me and you've got a hooded lid, go just above the crease and just on the lower part of your brow bone, because if you don't, when you open your eye, and if you've gone right into the crease, when you open your eye, that color is going to disappear, so it's kind of defeating the purpose of putting it there to begin with, if that makes sense. So now that I've got that bronzer just above my crease line and just on the lower part of my brow bone, and it's blended up into the highlight shade that I used first, I'm going to go into this little duo, and I'm going to take this kind of brownish, purplish, kind of olivey sort of tone, and I'm going to use a flat synthetic brush for this. This is by Still Essentials, and I'm going to just press that right on the center portion of my lid, staying away from the inner corner and not so much on the outer corner. So it's just going to go right kind of in the center of the mobile lid. And at that, I'm going to go right into my crease and no higher. Now I'm going to take a, excuse me, I'm losing my voice. Now I'm going to take a smaller fluffy crease brush, and I'm going to go into the other side of that duo, which is kind of like a maroony brown. And I'm just going to take a little bit to start, and I'm going to put that right on my outer corner. Right there. And I'm gonna try and I'm gonna kind of just bring it up and around over top of that center color, just so that it all blends together. Then I'm gonna go back with that fluffy crease brush that we used to begin with, and I'm just gonna buff that outer edge so there's no harsh lines, and it's seamless going from the darkest to the lightest. And I'm going to take that flat synthetic brush again, and I'm going to go back into my center lid color, and I'm just going to pack a little bit more on just to intensify it a touch, just in case any of that outer corner color happened to drop down. I want to keep the intensity and that little bit of a shimmer. And then just because I do want to intensify just on the outer corner a tiny little bit, I'm going to turn that brush over and use the clean side, and I'm going to go back into that darker color that we used on the outer corner, and I'm just going to pack a little bit more right on the outer V right here. So I'm just using this flat brush just to place the color where I want it to be a little bit more intense. And then I'm gonna take that fluffy brush again, and I'm just, with a very light hand, getting rid of any sharp edges. So I'm just gonna take this teeny tiny little lip brush. I picked up this little package. You get 2, 4, 6 in the package. And they're great. They're just little lip brushes. They're great for putting on lipstick, or what I'm gonna use it for is just on the inner corner of my eye. I'm gonna go back into my trio again, and I'm gonna take this color here, the highlight shade, on that little flat brush, and I'm just gonna pop that right on the inner corner and right in around my tear duct. This is just gonna help to open up the eye and make you look a little brighter and more awake. I don't want an overly intense inner corner highlight. I want just a tiny little bit of a highlight just to open up and brighten up the eyes just a little bit, and makes you look a little more awake. Then I'm just gonna take my e.l.f. eyeshadow C brush. This was, I think, $1. And I'm gonna go back into that first little duo, and I'm gonna take this creamy color here, this bone color, and that's just gonna go on my brow bone. By all means, if you prefer to have, you know, a black wing or anything really dramatic like that, by all means, go right ahead and do it. I want to keep it a little bit soft today, so I'm going to use my Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil in Hot Scorch. It just looks like that. It's kind of a bronzy sort of shade, and I'm just going to line my upper lash line with that. It doesn't make a whole lot of difference. It will just accentuate my lash line a little bit and make the lashes look a tiny little bit fuller. And at the same time gives the eye a little bit more of a shimmer. Just like that. I'm gonna go ahead and curl my lashes. Now when you're doing this, you want to pulse the curler, and as you're pulsating it, you want to bring it closer and closer and closer towards the tip of your lashes. That way you're curling from root to tip in a circular curl, rather than just, you know, curling right at the base of your lash. And when you do that, it looks like you've got like straight 90-degree angle lashes, and that looks silly, really. But if you're pulsating, and as you're pulsating, pull it towards the tip, teeny tiny little bits at a time, and it gives a nice natural rounded curl. Now for my mascara, this is another one by Essence. It's called All Eyes on Me. I got this for 99¢ at Shoppers Drug Mart, and it's got a really nice fiber brush. It's not one of the plastic ones, which I'm not a fan of. If you guys are like me and you're a complete slob and you happen to get mascara on your skin, don't panic. Just leave it, let it dry. Please let it dry. And then you just want to take a little cotton Q-tip, and once it's dry, just roll it across the product and it'll just flake right off. There we go. Now, if you're one to wear false lashes, you can apply falsies at this time. I'm going to not apply false lashes right now. So I'm going to go ahead and do my lower lash line. I'm going to use that same liner that we used on the top lash line, and I'm going to put that just into my waterline. And then I'm going to take that also just underneath my lashes and just wiggle that right into my lash line just so there's no skin showing. Ripping things apart here. I'm just going to take the sponge tip that's on the end of my nude liner, and I'm just going to smudge that line out a tiny little bit. I'm going to go into that second palette that I used, and I'm going to take this olivey brownish sort of shade that we used on the center of the lid, and I'm going to use my flat shader brush. This one is by Eco Tools, and I'm going to run that just along the center of my lower lash line. Then I'm going to go into the darker shade on that same flat shader brush, and I'm going to put that on the outer corner. And just very lightly blend the two shades together. And then I'm going to take a little fluffy smudgy brush and just run that along the base and right into that corner there so there's no harsh line. Then I'm going to take that little lip brush again and some more of my, there it is, my highlight. And that's going to go right on the inner part of my lower lash line, just so that it connects to the tear duct highlight. Just like that. And then we're going to mascara the bottom lashes and do a second coat on the top lashes. And I'm going to take this liner. This is by Essence. It's called Wish Me a Rose. It's just a nice kind of nudie, pinky sort of color. I just lined and filled in my lips with the Essence lip liner, which is $1.49. And then I'm going to take this NYC Glossy Lip Balm, Appalicious, and it is in Raspberry Sorbet. So that's it, everybody. That is my full face for under $20. I'll put a list in the description box down below of all of the products that I used and the price of all of them. So I've never actually sat down and done a makeup look with all inexpensive products and tried to achieve a full face look with under $20. So I can honestly tell you it can be done. And for those of you out there that are on a budget, or I mean, even if you just don't really have a lot of money, so I mean, it can be done. Like I said, all those really high-end products are really expensive. It does add up, and not everybody can afford it, me being one of those people. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I would really appreciate it, and that'll let me know that you guys want to see more from me. And if there's any looks that you guys want to request from me, then by all means leave that down below as well. And also, if you guys want to learn how to do, you know, different things with your hair, like colors or highlights, or even how to trim your own hair, or if you guys want to learn how to do your own nails, artificial, you know, acrylic or porcelain or gel or anything like that, leave that in the comment bar below as well, and I will do that for you. Also, now that I'm out of breath, I think I have rambled on enough. Again, I had a great time filming this for you. I really hope that you like it. And until next time, I will see you all in my next video. Take care, everybody, and bye-bye.